7 minutes. That's how long it takes to transform a football field into the world's biggest live performance stage. 0 retakes, 0 room for error. And while the crowd saw this insane setup, this is what the halftime crew have been doing for years. This is how they do the impossible. The Weeknd.
Big names equals a big spectacle equals a big show. Add in the global panoramic, coronavirus! And this means being daring while still adhering to strict social distancing guidelines. In previous years, it would be expected to use a football field where lights, kit, staging, and everything necessary would be shuttled on in carts, usually in about 7 minutes. This year, attention was focused on the north stand of the stadium, which, its prime location, was an open and busy thoroughfare for the public, which was closed and locked off during the halftime performance. This impressive get-up took 3 weeks in the lead up to the game final, with the final performance changeover to take place on the day itself. And what a stage it was. A raked-style platform for the choir performance that was 110 foot long, which also split down the middle, revealing a wall of lights, and another hidden room underneath in this titular infinity room. The Super Bowl operates in 2 modes, halftime and games time. Games time, as in the name, has a stadium and all its assets in game mode. So LED screens have game graphics, and clocks, cameras and vital game furniture are all in place. Cameras for the halftime show were designed to fit into the seating section near here, and the cable camera, which got up and close to the players during the game, was also used during the halftime show. The klaxon sounds to the end of the second quarter, which means it's halftime, it's time to change over. And with most of the setup work done, all that was left to do was close this section of the stadium to the public, remove the graphics hoarding hiding the stage, and lock in final cameras, lights, and vital other equipment. Cue voiceover announcer and sponsor graphics, it's showtime for its grand entrance. The automated stage splits, revealing a wall with over 4,000 bulbs. Blinding. Inside the stage structure is a now meme-worthy infinity room, filled floor to ceiling with mirrors and over 5,000 bulbs. Even more blinding. That all dance to the music, complete with a hidden set of stairs that takes Abel to the top. The top was where the Weeknd's 3-piece band stayed, and behind this, a 100-foot LED screen right to the top to further act as immersive graphics for this blinding city. All of this, scenic elements, lighting, effects, band, 80 dancers, cameras, and Abel was a lightweight 44 tons. Heavy, if not blinding.
Bam! Just like that. That's all there is to it.
Taking inspiration from the stark lighting of the Weeknd's music videos, this show was all about strong and deep contrasting colours. Like in Heartless, for example, where it's all about rich gold and casino lights. This provided a lot of inspiration for the Infinity Room used in I Can't Feel My Face, which has the most deliciously funky version of this song I've ever heard. It is fantastic. This, together with very disorientating camera shots, just like in the music video, kind of makes us feel like a pinball and the pinball machine just darting all over the place. Right through to cool, deep blue night whites, synonymous with a lot of his dark music videos. The huge 9,600 square foot HD screen acts as an extension of the screen below it, and along with its twin at the opposite end of the stadium, helped with filling in backgrounds and provided cool effects whilst on the field. Here's a really cool moment using these LED screens. During I Feel It Coming, note how the moon rises from the LED screen on the back of the built stage in perfect timing with big stadium screens behind it. To do this, Screens producer Drew Findlay worked with legendary show director Hamish Hamilton to work out which camera will be used during this time. This camera position was recreated in 3D software with the moon then lined up. Feed into graphics playback, position cameras, cue, and take the shot. And voila, seamless moon rising between 2 massive screens. And if that wasn't enough, check this out during the climax of Starboy. Here there's fireworks graphics firing at the same time and position as the real pyro firing in the stadium. Gorgeous attention to detail. My favourite section has to be the exciting finale. It's all about impressive scale here, with the intro being big, slow wide shots to see all of the Weeknd's clones in a dazzling, almost robotic display. It speeds up, hitting the chorus of blinding lights with some goosebump raising fast cable cam shots, shooting past the dancers going crazy, until the very end when the focus is entirely on him. Shot from below, making him almost look larger than life, and incredibly powerful with all the fireworks lighting up the sky behind him. Here the camera operators are also clad in his trademark red suits. You'd have been forgiven thinking that with all the running around of the dancers that they were parts of it too. But no, it's just a Steadicam operator and his assistant making the shots happen. When you need great shots, you only need the best kit in the business. These allow for great height and incredible close-ups, and there were 5 of them at strategic spots. Row camera number 1 ran on 32 feet of track along the stage. Row cameras 2, 3 and 4 were towers, with one in front of the stage on the track, one static going up and down, and one at the very top of the stage providing gorgeous reverse angles looking down on the field. The 5th one was a tower inside the stage as a backup in the Infinity Room. This was never used.
Rihanna. All eyes were on a woman with child as she was hoisted some 60 feet in the air. I can hear the risk assessment pages still printing from here. 15 foldable carts on wheels designed to protect the grass, all linked together and unfolded to produce an all-lit stepped platform over 230 feet long. And for the wow factor this year, 7 flown cabled platforms, moving at great speeds, equipped with lights underneath that lift and dance to the music. The brainchild of stage designer Willow Perron, choreographer Paris Goebel, production designed by Bruce Rogers, who's a real veteran in the halftime show game, and built by All Access Staging, who've been partnered with the halftime show production 13 years in a row. All of this required a whopping 215 litres, that's 57 gallons, of neon wildfire red paint, reportedly the manufacturer's entire US supply. Ample rehearsals were undertaken to ensure the position of each cart was perfectly in position. Due to the flying platforms, placement was critical, and with a field that was already 4 feet off the ground, a special ramp was built to wheel the carts on seamlessly. Now if you're scared of heights, look away now. The 7 platforms were controlled by an automation system from stage and production company Tate, allowing trackable positions of each platform. 2 were also made for rehearsals as part of a full-size mock-up set in secret locations, providing some incredible rehearsal footage with no fear of heights. Tate were the same company behind a dazzling halftime show with The Weeknd 2 years earlier, of which click up here for a deeper insight into how that show was made. Tate's automation system allowed time-coded movement of each of the platforms, and also worked back-to-back with their integrated camera systems, allowing shots like this, and this one at the climax of the show. Directed by legendary veteran director Hamish Hamilton, this shot alone deserves all the awards. Honestly, it's like the stuff of CGI dreams. Absolutely incredible. On the ground though, in true halftime show camouflage action, the jibs are also in wildfire red. A very unique sight as they usually only come in black. That's one thing I love about the halftime show. Everything, including the crew, and in this case the cameras, are in on the action. But as an aside on the Super Bowl itself, being an incredible technical undertaking, this year featured a whopping 94 cameras covering every inch of the field, including an 8K camera for pixel-sharp 16x zooms from up high. Ask any director, you can never have too many cameras, and even though they aren't all used at once, it's the magic trick up your sleeve to get that impossible angle. A spellbinding 13-minute show with 80 dancers, 7 band members, and with the appearance of this incredible signing in ASL for the first time ever in halftime show history, it truly had something for everyone. And the halftime's first performance with a pregnant woman, and probably also technically the youngest ever performer on a halftime show. After all, she wasn't up there by herself. Usher. First of all, this year's Super Bowl smashed all the records. You see, it was the most watched program in American TV history, with 123 million average viewers, and the most watched US broadcast since the Apollo 11 landing, with over 200 million viewers watching all or part of the game. Thank you, Taylor Swift. The game was also the longest in Super Bowl history at 74 minutes 57 seconds. Yep, the win was clinched in overtime. And as for the halftime show with Usher, the viewership of nearly 130 million viewers means it's the second most watched of all time, second only to the inaugural pop music halftime show headlined by no other than Michael Jackson. And with big numbers meant a big set. On the field came a gargantuan stage piece, 118 feet long, made up of 20 carts, built by All Access Staging, a veteran in the halftime show stagecraft. They were also behind the massive team entrance and DJ carts. The best bit is being in stadium as hundreds of volunteers build it all up, and to protect the all-important grass, there is still a football game to play, the carts utilised a flipping chair system to give the impression it's sitting on the field, but all protected with specialised wheels doing all the heavy lifting, not to damage the grass. And to take things to the next level, each of the stage carts had high-definition video tiles to provide immersive graphics. It's something seen in previous shows, but used to maximum effect this year. So what else made this year's halftime show huge? Alicia Keys with a massive cape, including crew underneath it blowing it to life. Northwest, her, giving that Prince guitar solo energy. And if there's anything this one show had, it was dancers. The set build included poles for dancers to do their thing, carefully engineered to meet the stage slope. That's not all, you see, with Usher and co also dazzling on roller skates. This required a set to be rigorously tested on plexiglass, carpet, wood and aluminium, and to ensure a smooth performance. However, this doesn't count. To bring this to your screen was a truly massive production outfit. CBS, this year's broadcaster for the game itself, used a grand total of 165 cameras. Insane. This included 6 new Doink cams, Doink, Sky cams and fly cams, super slow motion cameras with 24 4K cameras to zoom in with absolute clarity, cinematic cameras allowing a shallow depth of field, plus robot cameras all controlled from 19 Obi vans. 23 of them were used for augmented reality to provide hilarious effects in the first ever Nickelodeon NFL simulcast of the Super Bowl. But back to the halftime show itself. This was filmed using Sony Venice cinema cameras, a full-frame digital cinema camera used on movies such as Black Panther 2 and on shows like Andor and Severance. This gave a rich cinematic feel to the live action. That's not all. Our veteran multi-award winning director Hamish Hamilton's sleeve was a tool that's made its mark in similar live productions. Live Edit. You see, technology has refined the art of scripting and cutting cameras, providing impressive, perfectly timed visuals every time. Here, the app allows the director to script the desired shots beforehand, and when it's game time, the operators on the ground know exactly when to be ready to capture their shot. Controlling over 15 cameras with over 140 shots over 12 minutes, this provides a useful time-based framework for the show. Look at that timeline fly. This was Live Edit's second halftime show, where this preview illustrates the show counting in the traditional beats and bars. Kendrick Lamar.
It's that epic Avengers scene, but with cameras.
Pictures captured by 13 Sony Venice full-frame cinema cameras. Yep, the very same used on big-budget Hollywood blockbusters and TV series, giving a supreme depth of field and rich look to the detail, as if it was a live music video. Say Drake, the Ari Trinity here, giving high and low Steadicam shots, including this smooth rotation, used by operator Sean Flannery. Halftime shows are his forte, his most recent one being Beyonce Bowl over Christmas. And one of the best bits, like previous halftime shows, getting the crew in matching outfits too. That's Steadicam op Torre Livia and his assist, Henry Jordan. Did you notice the color grade? Great, don't adjust your set. Including the epic lighting design, playing with the contrast of light and dark, silhouette and shadow, this grading was done live for the first time ever at a halftime show. You see, by getting the S-Log3 footage from the Sony Venice cameras and combining it with the broadcast cameras, they used high-end cinematic grading tools to create a custom look. The effect? Cinema, live to your TV. Cool urban greys and blues, allowing the dancers to pop on screen, both symbolically and literally, juxtaposed with the warmth in all the stars, suggesting a tinge of the Wakandan sun. In the control room, veteran multi-award winning director Hamish Hamilton. This is his 14th halftime show. In fact, he's directed 10 of the most watched halftime shows in US TV history. His appreciation for the cinematic look of hip-hop is what led him to use his incredible cinema cameras and lenses. It was all about the macro and the micro, wide expansive shots showing hundreds of people making up the show, and close-ups bringing you right into the action. But the key challenge? Getting crew, cameras, stage props on specialized wheels, lighting, dancers and talent all on the field in 7.5 minutes. And off again in less time on the biggest ever halftime show production footprint, taking over the entire field. Sound simple? Yeah, add the pouring rain. All wrapped up in 13 minutes. That's dedication. Shoutouts to the incredible crew. Absolutely incredible scenes. Just to remind you not to
turn this TV off, turn this.
If you enjoyed this episode, please ensure you hit like, subscribe to Fernand's Live Show on Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube, and check out all my previous content where I take a look at some of the biggest shows on the planet.